And finally on the program is the wastewater management. Do you know that Lagos State produced 2.21 million cubic meters of wastewater daily? Well, this is according to the General Manager of the Lagos State Wastewater Management Office, Mr. Adefemi Afolabi, who made this known during a stakeholders' engagement on wastewater management. Mr. Afolabi says 15 estate representatives cutting across the 5 divisions of the state was selected for the meeting in order to achieve the agency's 5-year strategic action plan, regulatory compliance and environmental sustainability for Lagos State.
Lagos has a dynamic real estate market. Moving around the state, you will find quite a number of housing estates built by the state or federal government and also private entities. Some of these estates have a major challenge with disposal of wastewater. The same issue is also very visible at marketplaces, causing air pollution, which may lead to health hazards. How best to tackle this issue is the reason for this stakeholder engagement and community mobilization forum organized by the Lagos State Wastewater Management Office, a step taken by the agency to deliberate on how to address environmental and health impacts of untreated wastewater.
It is very important to come together from time to time like this to discuss the pressing issues that impact us all, the environmental and dangers posed by untreated wastewater and fecal sludge as a result of failing sewage infrastructures and many other reasons which this forum will attempt to address. Our purpose is clear: to address the dangers of untreated wastewater and aging septic tanks, and to work together to find sustainable solutions. The implication of not properly handling our wastewater and fecal sludge is not only limited to seepage into our groundwater resource, pollution, and affecting the quality of air we breathe. The resultant effects are waterborne diseases, contaminated drinking water, and a degraded environment that ultimately affects the health and well-being of citizens. It is therefore hoped that this forum will present an opportunity to impart knowledge, exchange ideas, address concerns, and find sustainable solutions to the challenges faced.
We actually don't want to disturb your business, but when we see things that are going out of hand, that are going to impact on our environment, that are going to cause outbreak of diseases, outbreak of health challenges, and that is the reason why we have come together to say, okay, let's go this route, let's share information and then move on to talking about the way that things should be done properly.
Government insists that indiscriminate channeling of wastewater and uncontrolled discharge of untreated sewage must be brought to an end.
Property owners, developers, private operators, and community members must take responsibility for proper sanitation practices. And so, we must all commit to the following: proper sewage containment and disposal in compliance with regulation, timely maintenance of septic tanks and sanitation facilities, patronizing only licensed and regulated sewage haulage operators. Lastly, holding violators accountable for illegal and hazardous waste disposal practices. A call to action. Ladies and gentlemen, the time for change is now. I won't even say it's now. The time for change for me was yesterday. But the next best time is now. Because if you look at the indices that we have in Lagos, there's, of course, we ought to have started. But it's difficult to you need a lot of scientific approach, a lot of data, a lot of a push to get it right in Lagos. And I'll tell you why. We don't have a static population. Lagos population is very, very dynamic. As we speak, some people are entering Lagos and they are adding to the problems. They are not coming as civilized or clean, folks. They are coming in their crude elements. Where some of them are coming from is the regular way of defecating is bush attack. That's what we call it when we're in school. It's bush attack. And that is the same mentality they are bringing into Lagos.
The State Environmental Law Enforcement Unit gives assurances of enforcing the state laws and seeking support of the people.
Don't wait for Lagos State Environmental Sanitation Corps alone to enforce. There are little ways by which we can enforce the laws too. Like the governor always say, when you see something, say something. If anything that looks like somebody not properly managing waste is happening around you, speak out, especially to the appropriate authority.
The guest speaker, Dean of Environmental Science, Lagos State University, harps on the need to protect the environment in order to have access to clean water.
According to Dako et al., they emphasize that after Australia, Africa is the second driest continent with pronounced scarcity of clean water. And what is responsible for that? High volume of untreated wastewater discharge into water bodies. Who is responsible for it? You and I. It is you and I. And the fact is that until we do the talk, we may not get results.
Provision of potable water is paramount for the government, but the people must manage wastewater appropriately.
Visited the Adiyan Water Works, and phase one is already producing about 70 million gallons and is getting to some places not yet fully in circulation, and it's not to say it's zero, but we're not where we used to be. We are already moving, but the system will be ramped up, and we want to, Mr. Governor is very, very worried about this. He wants to make sure that before the terminal, date of this administration, he were able to, provide water for substantial, parts of Lagos, which we have started, when you talk about Barua area, when you talk about Abeson Estate, and like that. So what government is doing now, these major water facilities that we're revamping and giving turnaround, work on, coupled with some mini water works, obviously, we're positive. We're very, very optimistic that Lagosians will get water. It's just a question of time in the course of this administration.
Lagos State will produce 2.21 million cubic meter of wastewater daily, and that is a real humongous volume of wastewater being generated daily. And the onus is on us as government to be able to organize the citizens properly and to be able to tell them the right way in which they can manage the wastewater being generated. And in doing that, we come up with strategies and plans. And right now we have a 5-year strategic action plan by the agency. And that strategic action plan is hinged on infrastructural development, it's hinged on regulatory compliance, it's hinged on financial and environmental sustainability, and also is also hinged on compliance, And for this to take place, there's need for compliance of the people.
The Lagos State Wastewater Management Office says the market men and women, owners of relaxation spots, will also be educated on how to channel their wastewater and keep the environment clean.